Today. Her name is Sanetra Butler. She has worked and traveled all around the world. She holds degrees from the United Kingdom, from Poland, and from Australia. She now resides in Hopkinton with her husband, 2 children, 3 dogs, 2 cats.
And a horse. That's my new addition.
Oh my God. Since moving here, she has founded and is now the Executive Director of Dignity Matters. And she is going to tell us all about it today.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. Please welcome her.
Hello. So I put together this quick presentation for everyone, but I usually move too much. So I am the founder and the Executive Director of Dignity Matters. It's an organization that I founded 8 years ago in Wayland, but now I'm in Hopkinton. So now it's a Hopkinton organization as of 3 years ago. We still have a very, very large following in Metro West because kind of that's what happens when you start somewhere else. But still, I'm glad that we get to speak today and I get to introduce our mission and work to you. So before I get started, I just wanted to ask how many of you are familiar with Dignity Matters? Quite a few people, that's wonderful. Yep. Thank you. Thank you so much. So in this case, because there's probably, it's like half-half, I would like to very briefly really tell you a little bit about who we are, what we do, and why we do what we do. And most importantly, the impact of our work. It's a unique mission. We are the largest and the oldest organization in Northeast doing that. We are also the largest in the United States at this point. So really that speaks to the need and the volume of the need. It's not something really we have expected or I have expected, but it turns out in Massachusetts there is a ton of need for what we do. So what do we do and who we are? By the way, I want to point out Nancy Baker-Fowler. She's the librarian here, and she has been our chapter leader for 8 years for Hopkinton. Now, she's looking for some support because now she's working full-time, yeah, she's actually a familiar Hopkinton face here. So Dignity Matters is a 501c3 charity. We've been a charity, as I mentioned, for 8 years, and we collect and distribute, and mostly purchase, menstrual care, underwear and bras to women and girls and transgender men who are in need because they can't afford it or they can't access it. We work in Massachusetts only, and we serve currently, as of this year, 17,500 women each month. Each month. So, as I've mentioned, we've been doing that since 2016, so 8 years. Period poverty. What's period poverty? When I started Dignity Matters, there was just no period poverty. There was nothing like that. Nobody was talking about it. Nobody really knew this term. It's a new thing. I kind of like it. But it's just another face of poverty. And we have a lot of poverty. And we have a lot of hidden poverty in Massachusetts, much more than, let's say, if you go to LA. It's kind of in your face. Here, it's very hidden for a variety of reasons. I'm happy to answer questions why. I kind of do a lot of lobbying, legislative work as well, so I kind of know why this works that way, that we kind of don't see it, but it's here. But in numbers, and this is all coming from research, I just put a few things here for you. 1 in 4 students miss class regularly because they do not have access to menstrual care. Now, this is a statistic for United States, not for Massachusetts. I think in Massachusetts it's lower, but still, it's unacceptable. 1 in 3 moms living in poverty have chosen to buy food instead of period products. If you are a mom and you have little kids, that's what one would do, I imagine. And 1 in 3 women with hourly low-wage jobs miss work regularly. Now, we've done a ton of research with national organizations and local organizations to see why is this happening. In 2016, we have concluded a very long, year-long research with Suffolk University that was presented by myself in front of the Massachusetts Caucus for Women. And we found through that research, which was actually a lot of students master's students were involved in that food stamps do not cover menstrual care. Food stamps don't cover menstrual care. SNAP benefits can't be used for menstrual care in the United States. So if you're living from paycheck to paycheck, if you're homeless, you know, with your food stamps, you can buy candy, you can buy cupcakes, but you can't buy menstrual care. Well, I found it outrageous. But food stamps are set at federal level, as I'm sure you all know. So we thought, okay, we are not going to change anything at federal level. What can we do here? Is this something that can be done at the state level, especially in Massachusetts, we're so progressive? Unfortunately, we've been working on this for 8 years now, and we have a bill called IM Bill. It's the most comprehensive bill for a distribution of free disposable menstrual care in shelters, prisons, and schools in the United States, but it hasn't passed yet. We've been working on it. The bill is in its 4th session. Every year it passes either the House or the Senate, and then it gets stalled. But once it passes, and it will, we will have access to free menstrual care in places where simply there's a lot of women who can't afford it. In the meantime, about 15, now 16 states passed a similar bill. So now, very quickly, why menstrual care? It's expensive. It's rarely donated. I would say it's never donated. It has never been, when we started, it was not donated. Like, you could go to any shelter you wanted, and every shelter would tell you, we are drowning in shampoo and toiletries. We have so many coats in winter that a lot of shelters have to get rid of it. But nobody donates things that you don't see and you don't think about. And these things are menstrual care. In a lot of cases, things like bras and underwear. You have to buy it new. And there's just very few people, and ask yourself if you've ever done it. If you went, go to a shop, buy a bra or an underwear and go to a homeless shelter to donate it. Just nobody does it, especially men. And no government support to buy it, as I've mentioned. Food stamps don't cover menstrual care. This is what really started Dignity Matters. After I did the initial research, it took a year to kick it off. I thought something really needs to be done about it. So our beginning was very humble in Wayland, in my house. The organization was grassroots, no funding. We still get no governmental funding. Everything comes from the communities. And to serve 17,000 women, you can imagine, to start with, we need 17,000 packages of menstrual care every month, plus underwear and bras. So it's a lot. This is just a shot of, bras. If you come to our warehouse, I hope you decide to come, have a look. There's menstrual care and bras everywhere. It's galore. Our partners, so where the product is going. It's a variety, shelters, public schools. We only distribute product to public schools with poverty rate of 50% or more. So let's say Hopkinton schools would not qualify, obviously. But practically every single public school in Boston does. All schools in Framingham do, and many others. So our product goes there, and it's distributed through either bathrooms or a combination of bathrooms and nurses' offices. And a lot of schools now have what's called a homelessness officer, believe it or not. Every single Boston public schools has to have one. It's a paid position. And this person takes care of the children that are homeless and in need of everything. We also, as of last year, started working with youth and after-school programs and colleges. 7% of students in Massachusetts at state colleges are homeless. It's a staggering number. How can you be a full-time student at college and be homeless? But they are. What happens is, and we spend a ton of time on that, we now serve, I believe, 16 colleges, state colleges in United States, in Massachusetts, I'm sorry. What happens is they have a full scholarship, they're good students, they go, but they have no disposable income. They have nowhere to go during time off. And you may have heard about this entire issue with students like that during COVID, because they had nowhere to go and nowhere to study. So universities such as Framingham Public School, Northern Essex Council, Mass Art, Community Mass Bay, all the schools every month receive free menstrual care for the students in need. And food pantries. Now, food pantries are huge for us. They're growing the fastest. Here it's 22%, but we keep adding new food pantries every single month. Project Just Because, the local one, has been supported by us, I believe, for 6 years now. Every woman that goes to Project Just Because in Hopkinton, if she needs free menstrual care, tampons, pads, liners, you name it, she receives the product. Our goal is to support at least one food pantry in every single town in Massachusetts. Currently, we're stretched all the way from the north to the south, all the way to Martha's Vineyards. We're supporting food pantries. Obviously, from the East Boston up to Worcester, we haven't expanded past Worcester yet to the west, but that's next. This is just a very simple map to show you 186 partners that we support every single month. So the way we work is very unique. I don't think you will find another organization in Massachusetts working this way. It's very much set up like a business, not a nonprofit. So first of all, we don't serve clients. If you're a person in need, you don't come to us. We're not experts in supporting individually people in need. We support them through organizations that they already go for help because it's more scalable, it's more economic. So if you are a person at a college, we support you through your college. Domestic violence center, we support your domestic violence center. So that's one. And two, what's really unique is we set up in place contracts for entire year for every partner. We've had it this way since the beginning. So it helps us to know how many women or girls are supported. What do they exactly need? We don't just come and give them, here is some menstrual care. We don't do that at all. We have a person full-time working, Andrea. It's her job to make sure that every partner and every woman, 17,000 of them, get exactly what they need. It's a huge logistical challenge, I can tell you. We have hundreds of volunteers every month working with us to make that happen. Because, if you're a girl at school, you may not want to receive the same product as a woman in a food pantry. And it's just different sizes, different styles, different colors of underwear, different menstrual care for sure. So we pack packages for women that we serve. So let's say at Project Just Because here in Hopkinton, the partner has a choice of getting bulk product for a certain number of women, or they can get customized packages for every woman every month. We will have the name of the woman, her preference, size of her bras. Every woman receives 3 new bras in her size and style. The same with underwear, 6 pairs of new underwear. And it takes us about 6 weeks to pack for every distribution. This is interesting. This is our work and impact in 2023. I'll let you read through it for a moment. I think it's important because, again, it speaks to the need. Now, this is huge. This is amazing, 3.5 million items. I would like to show you on the next page how we get it done. Whoops, it got too big. So, not really sure why this is not fitting, I'm sorry, but 35% of products are directly donated to us. So if you ever donated your products to us, that goes into 35%. 65% is purchased with financial support. So money is everything for us because we can only collect as much and everything else has to be purchased. Now, how we purchase it, again, it's unique. In 2016, New York City, followed by New York State, had a change of legislation. They were the first ones to provide free menstrual care to all the students at schools, women at prisons and shelters. So we reached out to New York to find out, okay, who is providing you with the product? It must be a good price if the entire New York City, first and the state, purchases. So from you. So we got in contact with the same company. We were able, after 6 months of negotiations, to secure the same financial terms, and we purchased product for about 25% of what it costs at the retail store. So if you donate $10 to us and you would purchase one, bag of pads or 1 box of tampons, we will purchase 4. And the product, this is a very old photo. When we started, we're really happy. 4 pallets were enough for us for the entire year. Now we purchase 35 pallets every 2 months, just of pads, and separately tampons and liners. Our unique position, as I said, we are very, very lucky to be able to work with the same company, manufacturer and distributor for 7 years. $3 for us, it's a 1 month of support for a woman. And with that money, we are able to not only purchase, but also deliver the product to her. My development director always wants me to talk about these things on the bottom because that's what development directors do. I think it's without that, we can't really work. So as you can see, $50 allows us to support a woman for the entire year, and so on and so forth. So long-term solution, I touched on that, is the IM bill, because we could be collecting and purchasing product forever, but we can't reach everyone. Logistically, it's impossible because homeless population is very transient. They keep moving all the time. So as I've mentioned, we are working on IM bill, and it will mandate free menstrual care in public schools, homeless shelters, and prisons. We championed that bill. We started that bill, which we're very proud of. And finally, ways to help. If you are interested, if you think it's important, you can support us in many different ways. We are located now in Westboro. We actually have a ribbon cutting ceremony on October 5th. You're all invited at 1 o'clock. 25 Brigham Street We have a commercial 10,000 square feet warehouse, and it's full of volunteers every day. So if you ever feel like coming for a couple of hours, see what this is really about, how we pack, what we prepare, please come. Everybody's welcome. There's a very simple sign up on the website. It takes about 1 minute, just your name, you choose which shift you would like to do, and it is about 10-minute drive from here, just down 135. We have an Amazon wish list. We've always had it. So if you would like to donate a product or two, currently I can tell you we are in need of underwear size 6 and 7, bikinis and briefs. You can just purchase it. It goes directly to us. There's no shipping cost. And it will go to a woman who otherwise will not have underwear. Raising awareness, social media, everybody knows what this is about. Now, these days, it's not just Facebook and Instagram. We're on every social media platform. But raising awareness is key because, one of you may be inclined to come and help us, donate, do whatever, talk to your friends. That's the way we grow. And that's why I still speak after 8 years. I still go to meetings and I try to bring more people on board because it really takes a village to continue our mission. And finally, of course, we always accept monetary donations to purchase product for the women. Well, then I hope to see you one day in a warehouse. I think Annette, who can't be here today, she mentioned that some of you may be interested in coming. You can come as a group, by the way. Just yesterday, we had a group of, no, not yesterday. On Thursday, we had a group of 26 people, all at once. We have plenty of groups, plenty of companies coming. So if you would like to come together for a couple of hours, for an hour, you can get a tour, you can see how it really looks. We have a lot of volunteers from Hopkinton because of the proximity. So we can also have you just come regularly, not as a group, but just you can sign up on the website and choose the time that's best for you. So I hope to see some of you, and thank you very much for your time.